G'day everybody and welcome to another Roo rental car review. Today we have a 2019 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. This is Mitsubishi's entry-level SUV, which competes against like the Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, Hyundai Tucson, Kia Sportage, Ford Escape, among others, Nissan Rogue. In foreign markets this is called the Mitsubishi RVR. But here in America, it is the Outlander Sport, not to be confused with the regular Outlander. This is smaller. And this design has been out since 2011. It hasn't changed a whole lot since then. It's probably I would go in my mind, the oldest of all the compact SUVs on the market. Its main selling point is price. So these start off at $20,000. That is with a manual transmission that is no longer available for 2020, but was last year. This particular one retails for about $23,000. It is the base model, except for the automatic transmission. All-wheel drive is available, but this one is front-wheel drive. So we'll have a look around first at the styling. So I've always liked the look of these. I've always thought it was just a really clean, elegant shape. There's nothing gimmicky. There's no weird creases, no weird shapes, no tacky design elements at all. It's just a very clean shape, and I do like these alloy wheels. These come standard. I think they look very nice on this car. But in an age when sometimes there's just unnecessary creases and body design, I think this is a very simple, elegant design. And I think it's aged really well, considering it's a 9-year-old design. So the rear end, I've always likened to being an angry cat. It always looks like a cat to me that's a bit ticked off. Smooth body lines along here. And the front end, you can definitely see the likeness to the Mitsubishi Lancer. It's got the frowny headlights. They've added on some chrome pieces a couple years ago. I think it was 2017, just to liven it up. It's kind of got this gold lip and, chrome lip and mustache. But it's a very masculine kind of look on the front. I like it. It works. Now, one strange thing about the Outlander Sport that doesn't get mentioned much is the front fenders are plastic. So they actually flex and go back to shape, kind of like the old Saturns and GM minivans and Pontiac Fiero. The other body panels are metal, but for some reason Mitsubishi, I don't know why, chose to put plastic fenders on the front. So you'll never have a dent on the front fender of your Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. So we'll have a look inside. Here's the key. We'll unlock it. Just a standard key fob. And here's the inside. This has not changed a whole lot aside from audio system updates over the years from the original redesign 9 years ago. And so this is the base model, so you're going to see a lot of switch blinks. Standard fare on the door panel. Power windows, power door locks. Now they don't light up at night, so at night you are kind of having to scour around looking for your controls if you're not used to it. But you get used to it. You get adjusted once you've driven the car a bit. Basic cloth trim, nothing fancy here. And getting in, it's got a decent view around. You do stuff a bit higher as you do in most crossovers. And you do have a great view. There is a lot of window area in this car, which is nice. Once again, not too common today. We'll go ahead and start it up here. You get this nice little greeting and pretty display on the radio too. We got maintenance required here. This stood out to me at the beginning was this LCD info display here, and I think it looks really nice. It's just got crisp graphics there, and it looks really it just is straightforward. There's nothing silly or anything. I do like the gauges themselves. They have this nice italic styling to it. It looks a bit racy. Steering wheel has simple controls too. You got your audio controls here, Bluetooth, cruise control as well. Kind of strange omission is that this car does not have fog lights, but you get a fog light switch. I think that is just Mitsubishi saving costs, because I've noticed the same thing before on the Mirage, where Mirages equipped without fog lights still come with the fog light switch. And then the infotainment display is pretty straightforward. It's easy to navigate through. It's easy to find your adjustments. There we go. Now, we had an inside joke that this is what we call the Mitsubishi because everything beeps. So if I adjust the radio, that beeps. If I turn on the air conditioning, that beeps. If I go through the menu items on this button here for the center display, it beeps. For some reason, somebody at Mitsubishi said, we need a beep for everything. It does get a little annoying. Now, luckily on the radio, you can actually get rid of that. So if I go to setting, system, and I get an option called beep sound, I can turn that off. So I no longer have the beep sound, which is nice. The other beeps I can't turn off. Alright, and then I've got another switch blank here for the keyless ignition. Just another reminder, this is indeed the base model. Ventilation controls are pretty straightforward. It is automatic climate control, which is a nice feature for the price. So I can adjust the temperature, adjust the setting here, and it'll do all the rest of the work. Nothing too different about the CVT. There is another switch link which would be for the all-wheel drive, but it is a CVT transmission. Got some cup holders, little storage bin here, and an outlet. Seats are nicely stitched. They've kind of got this racy red stitching, and they're pretty comfortable for long trips. And for me, being 6'4", I've got plenty of room. This car proved to be pretty comfortable for a long drive. We had no issues at all. Once again, it's just basic plastic, so there's nothing luxurious about this. This is a little bit softer touch, but it's just cheap hard plastic. They've kind of put a little bit of a carbon fiber look to this one. It's still cheap plastic. Moving to the back, and it does say, see you. I knew it was a millennial who did this. It's very informal. We'll go to the back seat. It's getting pretty standard fare. It's a very upright seat. There's no adjustment for the recline, which is common on some SUVs. So it is a very upright position, but there is good leg room. If I get in here, behind myself, my knees just clear this, and there is a bit of give too. So it's not a bad place to be. It's just a very upright seating position. And there is, at least on this side, a little door, a back seat pocket here. Moving out to the back, the seat does fold down like so, very easily. It clears the front seat, which is nice. Sometimes you have to move the seat forward. This one you don't. It's a little latch under the Mitsubishi logo here. And you got a decent amount of space back here. In fact, it's very usable. You've got little storage pockets on both sides. And it does create a flat floor. Good amount of space. Underneath is a temporary spare tire. It's very nice. And then going to the engine, we'll go ahead and undo the hatch here, the bonnet, sorry. So this is the engine. It's a 4-cylinder. It's a 2.0 litre 4-cylinder. It produces about 148 horsepower. Aside from the GT model, this is the standard engine on all Outlander Sports. We've been averaging about 29-30 miles per gallon in a mix of driving. And it's decently responsive. We get 0 to 60 in about 10 seconds. The CVT definitely has a drone to it. But otherwise, it is a decent engine for the car. Doesn't feel too underpowered or anything like that. And there we go. That is a look at the Outlander Sport. And it's not the most modern design. It is a bit aged, but it's truly competent in everything it does. There's nothing that's glaringly bad about it. There's no reason, unless you are into the latest tech, I wouldn't recommend it. but it does show that the price does reflect on a few features with it. But overall, a good, competent vehicle, nothing to complain about. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next Roo rental car review.